Hello everyone. Recently I got coached by DQA, who is currently rank 2 in North America. His Twitch and Twitter will be linked down in the description, so definitely go check him out. In this session we reviewed a game where I go 7th place. After that I asked a bunch of questions that he answered. And all those are timestamped on screen and linked in the description. So what would you do here?
I would probably just pick up the probably just some sort of frontliner, and then I just pick up units that I think will be useful as either a frontline or a backline DPS. So then I would not pick up Lissandra or Nami, and then probably Sylvain pick up the other three, just because Nami and Lissandra don't do much early, I think.
Okay, I actually really like Lissandra early.
Really?
So you prioritize. I can agree with these two frontliners for sure, but I just don't see Yasuo being better than Lissandra. But that's interesting that you prioritizing him over her.
I've just never really bought Lissandra before, but I don't know. But I think it's always Sylvain. Just yeah, okay. Lots of gold. The double rod start initially makes me think that it's not a Riven game. Like it would rather be like an Ari game or something like that. But I mean, you could definitely play Riven with more than one rod. Dusk Riven.
Do you ever take that? Because I
don't think so.
I never take any Vayne chosen unless it's sharpshooter. I'll take it sometimes.
Yeah, if I don't have a board, like I will take like a sharpshooter Vayne, but like Dusk Riven, I don't think it does anything early. So
yeah. So like right now, at least I was thinking about running Zed as like my DPS carry, and then just run frontline. Then we'll probably like kill 1 or 2 units since I don't have anything. My board is not too good right now.
Mm-hmm. Here, I probably would have actually sold 4 and then pre-leveled, I think. So like I would sell like Lulu plus 2 more on your bench, or I would sell like Lulu plus like Thresh or something if we didn't play it, and then I'd actually pre-level here because it's at I think. Do you pre-level here?
I think I pre-level. I was gonna see if I got more gold because it could be like a 2 gold or 2 item start. I think I was considering pre-leveling, but I didn't really want to sell. I don't remember why I didn't pre-level, but I probably should. Mm-hmm. Like you said, I do that sometimes.
Right.
When I don't have.
Here, I think I either level or I make 10 here for sure.
Just
like yeah. Like the nature of our opener was that we had a lot of gold, so we should capitalize either off of win streak or like try to loss streak and make like as maximum econ as possible. Right.
Okay.
So
just because we got so much gold, you always want to either
push win streak or like make some maximum econ basically.
Okay, so no like here, middle ground, basically.
Yeah, generally.
Okay.
So we don't have very many like crucial pairs, or like I'm not really like leaning towards any like specific comp right now. So I'd probably just play like some sort of frontline units, and then so like I'd probably just play 2 brawlers at frontline, and then sell everything else for econ. Right.
Yeah, because I think I went with I went with 2 vanguards, and then I slammed Spark.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, Spark Slam is always correct here. There's no way that you don't slam Spark.
Yeah. I think I don't make 10 because I had to win the round if I was gonna make 10.
Right. But yeah, having this much gold on your bench sitting early and like not having like pairs or anything like that generally isn't good. Like just like looking at your bench.
Yeah, the only thing was yeah, no, go ahead. Or like the thing is that in set 3, it's kind of the same thing that like if you when you have a lot of different units like this, you still have like more options. So I was told that usually you don't want to make 10 until 2-3 just because you can like find maybe like here you have like Tom Kench, and then next shop maybe you find like a Maokai 2-star and stuff like that, but you don't have the option to do that when selling here. Because I used to do this.
Right, but like holding like the duelist and also the Lulu don't really do anything for you, because when you see your items initially you should be like trying to section off like comps that you can possibly play based off of your 3 starting items. So then here after getting a double rod opener with cloak, it's always a spark slam, and then I'm either only looking towards Riven or I'm looking to play Ari.
Okay. I make 10 this turn, I think, but
yeah. So you just make 10 as soon as you can if you just have units that you don't think they'll play. So yeah, I think I would have sold those exact same units. That's just correct, I think.
Fight this guy that's weaker than me, which kind of sucks because I end up beating him and then I lose the next 3.
Right. I also want to maybe look to pick up Annie here. Because you can play like Brawler Fallen over the Vanguards, and then you can play like you can pick up Annie with that. Because Fortune is super strong early. And if you don't, I'd probably pick up Garen from like the spot that you're at right now. Just because we're looking towards maybe like a 4 Vanguard into Ari angle.
Okay. So like just running like 2 brawlers with Annie.
Yeah.
Level 3
well,
board.
2 brawlers with Zed. 2 brawlers with Zed. You can just sell like Thresh or something like that to buy it. Just because your board's only slightly weaker with that. And also you hold the potential for Fortune open. Along with the fact that I don't think you're gonna like 5 win streaks. I mean, you might as well like with this board, like you might as well try to play for like more econ, right?
All right. Gotcha.
And if not, I think I would pick up Vayne or Garen here.
I think I can't. No, I didn't. Okay. And here I was actually considered. I would have probably sold for, just sold my bench for, or these 2 for 20 if I didn't win this turn.
Yeah, now you're in a really awkward spot because you won that round because you could have 5 lost and been like so rich this game, but because you won that round, it kind of sucks. Honestly, here I don't know how strong your board would be even if you held these pairs. I'm not sure. It's either you definitely either double pre-level or you make 20 here, I think.
Okay. Because I end up doing neither.
Right. So then you're just sitting with like stuff on your bench basically, and like just like useless units on your board. And also because we don't have a chosen yet, if we double pre-level here, it's actually not bad because we won the last run and we still might lose the next one. But if you double pre-level here, then your next shop has a chance to contain a 3-cost chosen, and the 3-cost chosen can just carry you all through mid game.
Okay, so basically when you ping pong like this and your board is weak and you don't have a chosen, you can. It's actually like alright to double pre-level to fight her.
Because if you haven't seen a chosen yet, especially it's better to pre-level because you're guaranteed 1 by 2/5.
Okay. Yeah, because we saw the Vayne
right.
That was the only one I remember.
I think there's also a mechanic where like you're guaranteed 3 before stage 3 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking about like making 20, but then I was like, okay, maybe I should, since I can't just full open, since I won this round, it's gonna be bad. And I didn't really want to. Guess I didn't want to pre-level because I would just fall too far behind on econ if I didn't get a good chosen. But I'll go for the Kindred here.
It's pretty good, yeah, I think.
It's mostly because I can play her and tier is not that bad, I guess.
My first choice probably would have been Chain Vest, just because Chain Vest is flexible for the 2 comps that you're like thinking about. You could play either Ari or you could play Riven, and both of them use Chain Vest really, really well, but I mean, it got taken anyways. And then my second choice would have been Sword. So then third is probably Tier is fine. It was either Tier or Glove here, because Glove is also really flexible. If you decide to play Ari, you can some Dual Gauntlet. Right?
Yeah, basically, like, whenever I have no clue what I'm going for, I always try to take Glove because of the flexibility.
That's a general good rule of thumb.
So, like, here's also one thing I'm really, like, I don't really understand about this set yet. Should I take this, like, Wukong?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I just didn't really think that would make my board that much stronger at all.
Yeah, but like, if you double pre-level there, like this Wukong could have been like a 2-cost chosen, like maybe even a 3-cost chosen, and then that would probably just carry you like all throughout like stage 3 or something like that. So it's all about like the little things that you see early game that just like when you misplay early, there's actually like a huge like cascade of things that can happen differently, right?
Yeah.
So if we level on 2-1, we could have seen like a 2-cost chosen or something like that, or if we made 10 there. Because you ended up making 10 and selling the pairs next turn anyways, or selling the units next turn anyways. So then like, and we were probably, at that point, we were probably looking to full loss streak or try to full win streak there. So then I probably would have just picked up the Brawlers and then the Fortune on 2-2. Because on 2-2, if you just sold your Vanguards and then played Brawlers, I actually think you might lose that to the Yasuo player. Not entirely sure though. But even if you don't, at least your econ is good enough to like a point where like you'd be able to recover back later. Because honestly, if you made 10 on 2-1, I'm not sure, but there's a possibility that you either make 30 gold here, or if you're win streaking, if you decide to play the win streak route, you level on 2-1, then you can have like a really good chosen right here, and then you can win streak based off of that. And then another good general rule of thumb is that if you're taking a 1-cost chosen, it has to be a one-cost chosen that can kill units, and you generally only play like a one-cost chosen for stage 2 and maybe a little bit into stage 3, but like that's just a general rule. But you can play a 2-cost chosen up to like stage 4, stage 5 maybe even.
So like you would never take like an Elderwood Maokai?
I
Yes,
would.
you can. Yeah.
Like
depends
like
on,
a general good rule of thumb is like just chosen that can kill units, or it's just like a super beefy frontline. Like early, like if you hit like a Warlord Garen on like 2-1, then I'd probably play it because you just play like a Warlord Vanguard Sharpshooter opener, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like if you hit like a Brawler Kench, I'd be down to play Brawler Kench. Just play it. You get a really easy 4 Brawler in with like a Zed as your carry or like a Kindred as your carry. So that'd be like a super good opener. Or like another chosen that I'd probably take like early is. So basically the only ones that I like really don't look out for are like I don't really like Nami. I don't really like Fiora, and I don't really like Diana or Lysandra. They're okay. Like Dazzle Lysandra's actually not bad, I think. But
yeah, I think that Mage Nami, if you can fit 3 Mage, is actually insane. But
yeah, it's not bad. But
yeah,
generally
not,
it's hard unless you play like a Mage Riven. I don't really like the Mage opener.
All right.
So
yeah, so I did not take this.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever correct to take this because this does not save you HP anymore at all. And also, like, we just need a greed for a better chosen. Otherwise, you're going to lose HP even if you take this one. So this one kind of sucks. Also here, it's better to play Hunter over Zed. Hunter's super good.
Yeah, I probably just didn't see that at the time, but yeah, I agree. But this lobby was, like, pretty damn strong in the early game as well, which didn't help.
Yeah. And also, I feel like whenever you play Riven, I'm a Riven one trick. I'm not sure if you know, but I feel like whenever you play Riven, you're like kind of forced to win streak or like play for HP early because you're looking to stack most of stage 4 to fast 8 and roll for your 5 cost because Riven isn't actually like a really Riven comp. It's more like a 5 cost oriented comp. So whatever you hit is a 5 cost you would play. So here we'd be forced to roll on 7, which is kind of unfortunate because if you miss like Riven and all your units on 7, then you're kind of just fucked, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played that much Riven, but I kind of play it whenever I just get forced to, or when I have like no clue what to do.
Yeah, that's the thing about staying low, like level 4. If you're not perfect loss streaking as level 4, then you're kind of just fucked because you're not getting offered any good chosens basically. So we just got offered like the most garbage chosens ever.
Okay. Yeah, here I didn't see I had Wukong 2 until the round started, so.
Right. But I mean, that's fine. You're probably looking to play Brawlers here anyways. Wukong 2 doesn't do that much anymore. You can play Brawlers to mid-game and then try to pivot on level 7. But basically, you're trying to maintain HP until you level 7. I should probably self-recon here. Everything other than Silas.
Yeah, you would have sold 35, 37, 40.
Yeah, because the only thing you're losing on is on a Tom Kench pair, and we're probably just gonna play 4 Brawler plus Kindred mid game, right?
Okay, so I didn't want to sell this because I don't want to sell my Zed pair, and I wanted to play this like 2 Brawlers with the Wukong 2-star. That's what I was thinking at least.
It's not bad. You can make an argument hold either way. It's okay.
Okay. But you would have still sold.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Just because I don't know if I'm gonna hit Zed. New pair. But yeah, I don't think running like a solo Zed past stage 2 is that good, to be honest.
Okay. The thing is that from this spot, I didn't really want to play Ashe because I didn't have good items for it. That's why I wasn't really prioritizing the brawlers that much.
I mean, from this spot, I probably play Vigar every time.
Really? No tier?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1 tier.
You have 1 tier, right? So then you just take another tier on Carousel and hope that you natural sword at some point in this game, which you're probably pretty likely to do. And we have like a lot of brawlers with Elderwoods, right? We have 2 Elderwood brawlers. We have 2 Nunus, and then we have Maokai, and we have a Lulu in shop. And then we have a Kindred, which is an okay item holder for Vigar. And then what you can do, like Vigar is like one of those comps where you can roll, like you're allowed to roll on 6 or even 7, or even 6. So you would be able to like level and roll a little bit next turn, so that you just get a couple 2-star brawlers and maybe like 1 Vigar, so then you just start stacking. So then, generally, if your board looks like this and you're too low and you're like basically no 2-star units on your board, I actually think it's okay to roll like maybe like 10 gold on level 6 because you're really rich anyways, right?
Yeah, I end up rolling to like 30 or 20 next turn.
Units too.
Alright, so anything else you would pick up here before you... Or would you still reroll here?
I'd probably roll like maybe like once or twice. And then I'd pick up Jinx for sure before rolling because I realized that if I roll a lot of gold, then I'd probably need Fortune to recover my icon. So then I'd probably just be looking to play like Fortune, 4 brawler, and like a carry, most likely.
Okay,
But I wouldn't pick up the sure.
Okay. I think I rolled to 20 here.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I definitely pick up the Lulu and the Hecarim here.
Okay, and
because it's just like this is like a really obvious Elderwood angle, but
yeah, I guess I was just completely blind to the Elderwood game because I haven't played. I only played like Veigar once or twice, so I'm
right. That makes sense.
So that's probably why I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I stop here.
Yeah, I think it's correct to stop there. I think you have a little more here. It's not great.
I don't know why.
And then I think it's always drop the Vanguards here for 3 Fortune.
You think it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Just to recover the eco.
Yeah. And then if you just played like a solo Jinx, she's not that good. It's not better than Kindred. I think Kindred's just the better unit overall. So
yeah, I guess
from here, because
oh no, go ahead.
From here I'd probably play Ahri then after bowling. Like if not Veigar, I'd probably play Ahri because we have the Aatrox and a couple Vanguards. And then it's hard to play Riven to pivot from here.
So you basically never play Riven from behind. That's like your.
I still will, but it's definitely significantly harder if you have to roll in 7.
Okay, so you basically just have to know the comp inside and out if you want to play it from behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think I take this Ken every time. We're on a 5 loss streak, and then I just play it over Zed, even so that you don't lose out on Ninja.
Because I was thinking that I really wanted to take that, but at the same time, like Zed was the one doing most of the damage, so that's why I didn't want to take. It just didn't make sense to me to take out my main carry to put in kind of like a support unit.
I mean, Ken can actually hard carry. Like I play Ken a lot as my mid game transition into Kane Riven. So I think Ken's actually just like a super good unit mid game, and then taking the Zed feels kind of bad though. But generally, I probably would have sold the Zed pair like a while ago, anyways, just because I didn't think that I would be able to like hit it, and then I'd probably just look for like a different carry. So like maybe I would have kept the Kindred or like because Zed doesn't do like a huge amount of DPS without items or like shade, right?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So like from this spot, it's already super difficult to come back. You're kind of stuck in a hole.
Yeah, that's how this entire game felt, at least.
Yeah. There's actually just like an inevitable impending doom. Like that's like.
That's how a lot of my games feel though. When I don't get like a good opener or a good chosen, and I feel just kind of lost. And every game like feels like this if I don't find like a good chosen.
Right.
Or a good opener.
So you just have to like adjust the game playstyle so that like you're never stuck in this situation. So like you always have a way to come back, basically.
So you think so?
Right here, like.
So
sorry, go ahead.
The game's already like lost in your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This game's already like this Riven can possibly save it if you get it. Do you take Ahri?
I take Ahri. I was definitely considering it because I could just make Dusk spat.
Yeah.
But I just I felt more.
I think that if you take the Riven here, that's the only way that you come back because blue buff on Ahri honestly isn't even the greatest because you want double jewel gauntlet and then GA on Ahri. So I don't think it's ever blue buff here. And plus the thing is you took a tier off the first carousel and now you're taking a tier on the second. So now you can natural like a 1 or even maybe 2 more and then you just go 8th.
Okay.
It's also about item distribution, which is why I think win streaking just significantly better than the loss streaking because even though you're not guaranteed your item every time, your item distribution will probably make it so that you still get like decent enough items and you can just play for a top 4. if you somehow manage to high roll items from neutrals, then like you can play for first. But if you don't, you just play for top 4.
Yeah, because here I'm like, fuck, I should have taken the Riven.
Yeah.
Because I got Dusk chosen. I still pick it up and play it.
Yeah, it's always correct to play this, I think.
Just make 40 and start scouting.
Right. Like from this spot, you would literally have to immensely high roll to get out of this position because you would have to like roll on 7 and just hit everything. But we're not even that rich for how much gold we started, right?
Yeah.
Because we were forced to roll, and then we didn't get like particularly stronger. So then you can't even 5-win streak after rolling. So like generally when you roll on 6, you want to make sure that you have a board strong enough to 5-win streak or 4-win streak at least, just so that your econ is somewhat recoverable, or you play fortune. Either one is fine.
Okay. So, because I usually roll at the times I roll at 6 is if I'm like 70 or lower on 3-2.
You roll on 70 or lower, really?
Or no, when I'm 70 or lower on 3-2, I roll at 6 pretty much.
I don't think I've rolled on 6 a single time this yet. I think I've rolled like twice maybe, unless I'm playing like a reroll comp. But generally, like if you play your early game well enough, I win streak like 9 out of 10 games in stage 3, like without rolling. So then, like if you know how to set up your early game well enough to like know what units to pick up, then your mid game will probably be fine. Like it won't be necessary to roll it, and like you won't be stuck at like 53 HP here or whatever. So unless you like really low roll your opener, like it's actually just like an unplayable opener with like 0 gold. Like it's like last game I played a game on my main this morning, and then I literally started a 0 gold opener with the Nico instead of 2 gold.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, so then I thought about actually just Nicoing a 3 cost and making it, but I didn't, and then I still ended up getting second that game because I win streak with 0 gold.
Okay.
So you can just set it up basically so that your early game makes it so that your mid game goes a lot more smoothly based on like what units you pick up and what transitions you can make.
Yeah, because I don't roll. Probably end up rolling like 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 games at level 6. I roll like through 10 or 20 at max.
Right. I mean that's fine to do. I do think that is sometimes correct to roll in 6.
Because when I initially like climbed, I basically just rolled at 6 every single game almost.
Right.
And I basically just had like a crazy top 4 rate, but then once I hit like Diamond 2, I started to fall off again.
Right.
That's interesting that you basically never roll at 6. So even this game,
I think this game is for sure correct to roll at 6 after like the early game was already kind of doomed. But they're like 2 units that I would have picked up probably because you're gonna play like 3 fortunes throughout your mid game probably. But by the time that you held the Zed for that many turns, I would have kept Zed for sure like you.
Okay. So you can check out my roll down. Because here I'm like just basically rolling for any comp.
Yeah.
Is there anything?
Hecarim pair, I'd probably take because it's still possibly an RE game.
Okay.
Nope, nothing.
Riven pair.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'd probably take that for sure. I definitely take that, especially since we have Dusk. Yeah. Take Jhin also.
I don't know. Does Jhin always go with Riven, or because here I was thinking about playing some RE Riven combo.
RE Riven's okay, but I think Jhin Riven's slightly better just because Jhin Riven makes it so that he cleans up a lot better than RE does, just because Jhin is like more consistent damage than RE, and if RE misses, then you probably just get like 10 0'd. And like the thing is with like Riven comps, what you generally need is some sort of like consistent backline DPS, because if you don't, then like a lot of times Riven is just like 1 burst of damage, or like Kayn is 1 burst of damage, or Yoan is 1 burst of damage, and then like a lot of units are just left on 1 HP. So then you're gonna need like some sort of cleanup basically. Okay. So I think Jhin Riven is slightly better than RE Riven, unless RE just like completely smurfs and just like one shots the whole team.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, anything else you'd pick up? Or when would you stop rolling? Would you stop here?
I'd I'd probably stop rolling at 4 Dusk. If you could hit 1 vein. Yeah, or 10 gold. Because the lowest that I ever roll to is 10 gold here. If you roll below 10 gold here, you're going ace every time. Like, it doesn't matter what you hit. Alright, so...
I didn't pick up the vein.
Yeah. If you pick up the vein there, you can just take out the brawlers and play 4 Dusk, and then play Sunfire Riven, and then make a Trap Claw, probably.
Okay, yeah, because I thought that I was really hoping to get Cassio, but like playing just a single like vein 1-star, just literally a synergy bot is fine for 4 Dusk.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because the Riven should be able to carry you throughout this stage, hopefully. And also, in hindsight, I definitely would have sold the Thresh before rolling. Like, even though we hit all these Rivens, I would have sold the Thresh before rolling, because generally, whenever you roll on 7, you're gonna want to sell your 2-cost Chosen, unless you're like, it's like, earlier today, I kept my Dusk Thresh, because I hit a Dusk Thresh at like 2-5, but like, I didn't roll until level 8, right? So then I think it's okay to keep it there, because you have the potential for a 6 Dusk power spike. But the thing is, here, 4 Dusk isn't like big enough of a spike for you to warrant not like selling your Thresh here, because you could sell Thresh and then say, what if you could just hit like a Spirit Ari or something like that on the first roll? Then you could just stop rolling and just like go 8, right? Play Ari.
That's true.
And then
I have a
think
game where I like literally just hit a Chosen Ari and then I just go 5th instead of 8th.
Right.
Which completely saves
Yeah,
the game.
I think you're basically playing for a Hail Mary, so then you can't afford to keep this Thresh, and I think it's generally correct to sell your Chosen, assume that it's not a 4 or 5 cost, and assuming that it doesn't like enable any synergies in your comp before you roll a lot of gold. It's like here Thresh, you rolled like 40 gold or something like that, so I for sure would have sold Thresh because you don't enable 6 Dusk yet because you're not level 8, so you can't even hit a Lilia, right?
Okay. Yeah, because I sell my Chosen most of the time, but here I didn't because I wanted to play some like Dusk Ari combo.
Right.
And like Ari likes 2 Dusk, so that was at least my reasoning. But it makes a lot of sense that you wanted to sell. Makes sense to sell it when you're rolling through that much gold. So.
Right.
And here I basically just sell it to just stack Riv. And
Right.
do you agree or don't agree?
I think it's always a Trap Claw and then Red Buff Gem or Sunfire Cape.
You think it's fine to sell the?
It's not Trap on Riven though. I don't think you ever build Trap on Riven. It's always on Jhin or your backline carry. But here, you just have no real backline DPS. So I probably wouldn't have sold Ari, to be honest, because you need either Jhin or Ari for the cleanup, because a Riven 1 isn't going to carry you throughout stage 4. So you probably just lose a bunch of rounds in stage 4 for no reason. So I probably just would have like Morello. It's not bad. Morello Sejuani's okay.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is that RE1, I feel like RE1 doesn't do anything, but
yeah, she doesn't do that much. So then Jhin was a better option there.
I guess I've just been playing this comp incorrectly. Because a lot of people say this comp is pretty much just like Chrono Kale ish. Like you play Riven and then
Dusk?
Yeah, Dusk Riven basically.
Yeah,
Riven is
it is kind of like Chrono Kale.
Yeah.
It's a lot like Kale. Because like this comp's like one of the most flexible in the game, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure that it requires you to like be level 8 and then like roll on level 8, because that is like the only way that you like optimal. You can like optimize your board if you're level 8, because you can fit everything, and then you have like the 5 cost chances. So then if you just like high roll like a Yo and 2 or something like that, you can just play it on 8, and then the game's just over because you just have Yo and 2 on level 8. And so I think that win streaking is super important for this comp, and then your itemization seems okay. But I probably wouldn't have slammed Trap Claw on Riven. It was definitely on a backline carry, because the thing is with Trap Claw, it doesn't really help that much on Riven, because it just gets popped by like something random, and then it's just useless for the rest of the fight. It's just a dead item afterwards.
Guess that makes sense. So like from here on, I basically just run. I think I get a Kane here, and then basically try to stabilize with that. Go level 8, hit like Riven 2 and stuff. But like you would say that the reason this game went bad was because of the early game.
Yeah. And also this guy completely misplayed also, but he hit Riven 2 on 7. Because it is never correct to roll to 0 on 7. Like almost never. Like 95% of games, it's never correct to roll to 0 on 7, and like obviously like you can roll on 7, but when you do, you're gonna want to sell your Thresh. So and that guy just got stuck in the trap of like only tunneling on his units, right? But when you roll down, you should pick up units that are good, even if they don't like particularly fit into your comp right now. Like if you don't see like a way to play them, like it's like saying like you're rolling down on 8, right? Like and you're rolling 50 gold on 8 or something like that, and then you just like randomly see like a
Yeah, I like randomly play a Shen too. I know what you mean.
Yeah, like a random like I don't know, triple Yon shop or something like that on it, and like there's no way that you don't play that, right? So then why don't you just hold on the way down just in case that you do somehow end up like hitting 3 Yons? It's the same concept for on 7. Because like a really good pivot in Dusk Riven would be like rolling down for like 6 cultists with like upgraded cultists on 4-1, or you could just play like vanguards with like some sort of backline DPS, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
even with the new shop changes, you just don't really give a fuck. You'll like buy the Shen, even though like say if we were rolling here, you would buy the Shen, even though it decreases the odds of hitting like Sejuani and the Riven.
It depends on whether I think that he can fit into my comp at all. So here I probably wouldn't, just because I already have a ninja and there's no way that we take in Mystic, right?
Yeah.
But say like you were playing Riven and you're rolling on 7, you could like you just fucking hold like every keeper unit, because like obviously like keeper cultist is super good during stage 4, right? So then you could just like roll until you have like an upgraded 6 cultists, like 2 keeper ward or something like that, and then you probably just stop, and like that wouldn't cost that much gold because cultists are generally cheap and they're probably pretty easy to find just because there's like infinite of them everywhere. So then you can just roll down for that on stage 4-1, and then you can go 8 on 5-1, and then roll like 50 goldish on stage 5-1, assuming that you didn't like completely miss all your cultists or whatever. And then if your econ is actually like fucked like in some sort of situation, I think Fortune is super good. Like, if you think that you can win around with Fortune, I think it's, like, super good. And then here, you're always going to look for, like, some sort of backline DPS, because right now, you're just, like, all frontline, basically, and your only real damage is Zed. But it's kind of surprising that you're actually on a 3-win streak, because I would think that, like, anyone with, like, some sort of, like, tank killer, like, Ash or something, would probably just, like, completely beat you.
Yeah. But... Okay. Makes a lot of sense. And here, this guy just claps me, because I think he had 6 Dusk online here.
He had 6 Dusk on 7, really?
Yeah, 6, or not. Because
4 Dusk?
I
think it's
4. Chosen Dusk.
Oh, right.
I think he got spat from here or something, but here I take Kane here.
Yeah, it's always correct to take Kane here. He's the only chance that you have of coming back into this game, but... Okay, yeah, good. Gianna. Honestly, here, I think I remake Riven, and then I blue buff Kane.
Okay.
Just because we're basically playing for top 6 at this point in the game, because like we're at 40 HP and we have like no backline DPS, and we're not even that rich anymore.
Yeah.
So then here,
okay,
I'm probably just looking to make econ and then blue buff Kane, because I think blue buff Kane is really good, and then you would also have a chance to like trap claw something else, right? And then I also for sure pick up the Vayne here, because you're playing 3 Vanguard, 3 Dusk. So you for sure somehow attack in 4 Dusk, I think. You probably just take on Nunu actually, because Nunu without Brawler doesn't eat anything anyways. He just like bites, and then he kind of just bites and then dies. It's not really worth it anyways. And then the 4 Dusk spike is actually pretty big, because Thresh Shield is actually really big, and then Riven could actually do something with 4 Dusk Enabler.
Okay, yeah, I guess like at least what was going through my head at this point was kind of like, okay, I have my like front line, and then I have my like backline DPS, like your ass Shades is gonna drop aggro and shit, so.
Right, it's not bad. Your board's isn't in the worst spot after securing that Kane, and you happen to high roll like a good item on him because you got GA on Kane, right? So then like the game is actually savable at this point in time, if you just like because you already have Dusk Thresh and you're already committed on Death Thresh. So then if you pick up Vayne here and you manage to somehow hit 6 Dusk on level 8, then you can actually come back from this spot, because Kane with 6 Dusk is just a 1v9.
Okay.
So that's probably the only way that you save this game. It's like you just need to know like what outs that you have, basically.
So this was I guess it was a bit of not really understanding the win conditions of the comp that kind of fucked me this game, as well as like some misplay of the game. I don't wait.
That's not the worst either, actually. But I think Vayne is definitely better, but playing Keeper there isn't that bad. But yeah, I think it definitely is correct to still Nunu there. Whether you play Keeper or you play Vayne, it's like up to you, but I'm pretty sure Vayne is like definitely better. But, well.
Yeah, I guess it just doesn't really... It's kind of like the same thing on how you would run a... You would just run a Saya 1-star as a Blade Master Celestial bot in Kale.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That makes sense then.
And then generally I don't like sparking on Kayn. Because what Kayn can do with like any sort of AP item that isn't like Locket or Spark, he can just 1v9 the whole team and it's just a one shot every time. But like Riven generally lives for an okay amount of times and the Spark gets like decent value, right? Then I would probably just Spark Riven and then I'd greed for better AP item or better items on Kayn, because at this point you're just playing for basically Kayn as your solo carry, because you know gen items and your Riven is not going to do enough damage on her own, especially without 6 Dusk.
Yeah. So at least, well, I put it on Kayn because it was the only. If I wasn't gonna remake Riven,
Right. So then you have no slots on Riven left. Yeah, makes
yeah.
sense.
It just didn't make. I put the Spark here because I wanted damage on him, and I didn't want to remake Riven, so then it just didn't make. And I didn't really want to put Morello on him either. And
Right.
this will do some damage. Like he does like AP with his Shade trait and with his ult, so I thought it would be good on him.
Right, it's not the worst, but like I'm saying that like you need like he's your solo carry here, so you need to greed like better items on him. So then I think just like just general itemization. So like I probably like, even though we hit the GA on Kayn later, you're not guaranteed to hit like a sword Kayn or whatever. So then I probably would have looked to just like make a red buff on Riven and then sold the RE to put blue buff on Riven also, and then I would have trap called like Zed or something like that, and then the rod would be flexible, right?
Okay.
So then you could take Kayn off the carousel and make a gunblade on Kayn, which is actually so broken on blue Kayn.
Makes a lot of sense. We actually beat this guy because Kayn is 1v1.
Yeah, it's not balanced. Yeah, so this is like that part where like you can tell that the game is savable based off of that Kayn on carousel, but you need like enablers on him, because like Kayn can like pop the fuck off and like he will basically clean a whole team, or like he will wipe a whole team, but like occasionally he leaves like stragglers, or like occasionally he just gets caught in ints, because a lot of the 5-costs are super high DPS but really inconsistent. Like Yone is super inconsistent, Zillion is super inconsistent, Lee is super inconsistent. But, like they're like super powerful if they actually do something within the fight.
Yeah.
So then you just need to like make sure like Riven isn't actually a Riven comp, it's a Kayn comp enabler.
Okay. So Riven is basically just a frontline unit
Just
that
to
you put
fuck up
items
everyone,
on, and then you put the.
And then Jhin is your backline DPS, and Kayn is your actual DPS.
Okay.
I missed everything on the roll down. We had Riven too, but I mean, 4 Dusk definitely better than something. Yeah. Okay. Kayn, Jhin.
I don't pick up the orbs in time, which kind of sucks. But.
Right. It's probably at this point I don't think that you can run Jhin, just because there's nothing better in your comp that you could take out. Maybe you could take out Jarvan. It's not the worst.
Yeah, I really wanted to replace. At least what I was thinking was replacing probably Jarvan and either the Vayne or the third Vanguard for 2 Mystics.
Right. That's not bad.
I just never.
2 Mystics is also really good.
Game, so.
Right.
Like here,
and also generally.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Donkey Wrong is correct here.
At least like here, I was just playing for top 6, just praying that I would get good matchups. Right. It's like blue Kayn. At least I went blue Kayn here, because I was just hoping to kill units so I could stay alive. Even though I would probably go red Kayn if I had more HP.
You'd go red here?
If I had more HP, I would probably, because I don't have like a lifesteal item on him.
I don't think I think I go red maybe in 1 to 50 games.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think red Kayn. I think red Kayn is actually significantly worse than blue Kayn. And that's the general consensus in NA right now. That red Kayn is only good if you have an Elder with spat, or if he's your main solo carry and you already have enough damage. Say you had GA Dustbat Jewel Gauntlet Kayn, right? And you had 6 Duskin, right? Then you would probably look for the healing, but in general, a lot of the meta right now is just a 1-shot burst, because Riven is a 1-shot burst, Veigar is a 1-shot burst, Ahri 1-shot, etc. So then the healing doesn't actually do that much because a lot of times you can just like sputter out and die anyway. So then you just want the initial damage off. Because, like, you don't really need a heal if his first initial cast just wipes the team. Right.
It does make a lot of sense.
Because like he's so overtuned right now that like I think that Red Kane's actually just worthless because he might as well just he can just one shot the whole team anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So the healing doesn't matter, and he gets the damage off, and then also he gets one shot too often for Red Kane to be worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy misplayed too. He rolled down a 0 on 7 or something like that, but he high rolled on 7 somehow.
Yeah, and I take Kane here every time.
Yeah, it's Kane every time here. Like, honestly, your board isn't in actually the worst spot with that Kane too, but it's obviously not great.
So, like, in general, this was... I would say that even though I hit Kane 2, like, got 2 Kanes off the carousel, I would still, like, consider this a low roll game.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, like, you can turn a low roll game into a top 4 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not saying that, like, this was not savable. I definitely, like, misplayed a couple of times.
Right. But I mean, it's just about looking for your outs when you don't hit like the exact comp that you want, right?
Yeah, because that's also like one problem with having like this set is I'm not sure like if I'm low rolling or if I'm just like misplaying like crazy. Because in set 3 I was pretty like I could pretty like easily determine, okay, I just like this was a low roll game, or here I like misplayed, but it's hard in this.
Right.
It's probably like due to it being new.
Yeah, so basically, in general, you should look for like outs in early game. So then, like, be really proactive in stage 2 to try to set up your mid game, basically. So then, obviously, I would have tried to like either make 10 here, or I would have leveled in hopes that I could like win streak maybe, or I wouldn't lose as much HP. So then, instead, like we did like something in between, which I think that's like generally like one of the worst plays. Just because you're just sitting with like a bunch of gold on your bench or power like to be gone basically
so
on your board.
Basically, just always try and
be proactive in stage 2. Yeah,
try to
think about what you do, because I think that like 90% of times I either pre-level on right the stage right before carousel 2-3 I believe. I either pre-level or I make 10 gold, like or I make the next econ threshold.
Okay.
Like if I can't make the next econ threshold, I will pre-level. If I can, then I will just make the econ threshold. But
like here, for example, would you always pre-level? Would you always pre-level like on this stage if you get like a 6 gold and you have no chosen, just to get like because that's how I understand it, at least. Like if you get a lot of gold, you should always try to either max lose streak or you try to like pre-level to.
So the two options that you have on 1-4 here is you can either try to make 10 gold by like playing like one unit or 1 to 2 units that you think that can beat the creeps. That's like a general thing. Like there's like a comp spreadsheet where like it shows like which units can like solo creeps or whatever, right? Yeah. So I would either like try to maybe look to make 10 gold here and then bank on the fact that you get like a gold drop or something like that, or I would just, if you can do that, then just sell in pre-level, because you need to know which units that like you're able to hold early, and like all the units on your bench, like I would probably keep Zed, because Zed is just like a generally good unit, but I don't think I ever keep Lulu here, because Lulu is basically worthless early. Her traits kind of suck, and we're not playing mages at all. So I would definitely sell Lulu at pre-level, and then there's a possibility of playing Jax. You can see that you have a Fiora pair in your shop, and then you can play like maybe a duelist opener. I definitely wouldn't hold every single one of these units, because they don't mesh well together at all, and then it just sets up your mid game to be like a clump of like weird frontline and weird backline together. Because like generally you're just gonna want like a consistent good backline DPS and a consistent good frontline DPS. But instead mid game we ended up with Brawler Vanguard. So like you just want to set up so that like if you have like a bunch of Brawler pairs and you have like a few Vanguards, I would just go and sell the Vanguards whenever you can, or like if you don't think that you can ever play them, because then it just like confuses you, and like if you get a 2-star, like it's probably not going to be that useful anyways, because like 4 Brawlers are always better than like 2 Brawlers, 2 Vanguard. Assume that they're like equally upgraded, right?
Okay, so basically how I understood it is that if you're not sure what to go for, just kind of like, if you have like Brawlers and Vanguards, you just kind of like flip a coin in your head and like pick one. or like
basically,
whichever.
but there's a lot of other determining factors. Like here we started double rod, so I'd probably be looking more towards Vanguard just because I want to pivot and like try to go into Ari basically.
Yeah,
But
obviously like that
like
kind of stuff.
yeah, so then
That's
like
definitely a factor.
right. And then also like pairs are also big factors. Like if you already have like a 2-star Tom Kench and you're holding like 2 Maokais or something versus just like 2 Wukongs and 1 Garen, like obviously you pick brawlers there just because you're more likely to 2-star and play a stronger board off of it. Then yeah.
Yeah, because I think part of why I didn't pre-level is because I was thinking really hard. Like maybe I can play a duelist with a pair, and then like I got like 2 Elderwood. Maybe I should hold it, and then ended up getting confused and it screwed. So
Yeah.
and kind of in a sense, like the game was almost lost on this round.
Yeah, because like you're just not sure what you're going for because the double rod start is like super like ambiguous. So you just have no idea what the fuck you're doing with the double rod start. So then like generally I would just try to identify like 2 or maybe 3 comps that I would work towards, and then just like sell everything else just so that like you don't like get like super confused and like know which units are like can like do things early. So like if you had like a Fiora 2 and like a couple duelists, like they might be able to do something for you early, or if you had like 2-star ballers. But then you end up playing all of stage 2 with like not a single 2-star on your board, and then it's just an 8 from that spot.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, but you also say like I definitely agree with like keeping in mind some comps you can go from here. But how important are chosens when like picking a comp? Like can you for example just straight up just force certain comps without chosens like Riven and Ari and stuff?
Yes, but like it for sure is possible. Like you can definitely hard force it. But like obviously if you know like how to play like a bunch of different comps, it'll be most optimal. But on the upside to one tricking comp is that like you will never get confused, and then you know the ins and outs of that comp like so well that you know like all your transitions and every single unit that like could possibly be played, and then your roll speed just like increases like insanely fast. Like after one tricking Dusk, like right now, I can do like a full board pivot into Dusk in like 10 seconds, like rolling 50 gold.
Damn. Yeah.
Like it's actually insane. Like I can like just basically see like every single unit like of the Dusk comp, and then like know which ones that are possibly playable. So you gotta pick up like every keeper, every coldest, etc. And then every 5 cost, whatever, all those units, and then just skip everything else in my mind. But obviously like if you miss with that playstyle and like you don't have like you're playing like a non-flexible comp, like you're playing Ari or something, right? So you're playing Ari and you're just like a one trick Ari, and then you miss Ari, like don't you just go 8th?
Yeah.
Like the thing is with Dusk, why I picked that one to one trick is because I think that it is one of the most flexible comps in the game, even if I am one tricking it, because you can play like significantly different variations. Like I drop Riven a lot of the times in my games when I play Dusk.
Yeah.
So like it's basically just like random shit and then like legendaries thrown in. So it's like basically Chrono Kill, because like there's so many different variants of Chrono Kill. So then I just like did that basically with Dusk. So then I think that is like a really effective way to play the game, picking a comp to like one trick, but like you know the ins and outs of it, and like you know exactly which ones are outs. So like if I never hit Riven, you just like whatever, like you just don't play Riven, right?
Also,
well, like say like you're.
Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, I had how often do you go? Because last patch or like 10.19, everybody says like go for 3 stars at 8 instead of going 9. But now like within your, how often do you go 9 compared to like rolling for 3 stars now? Because now it's in, kind of in like a gray area because it's still expensive as fuck to go level 9. But
I prefer going 9 over slow rolling at 8 for 3-star forecast, like 8 out of 10 games.
Okay, yeah, because I've been doing that a lot more recently, but
I think that going 9 is just like a lot more consistent than like rolling on level 8 and trying to hit a 3-star. But obviously, like if you have like 6 gens and like 40 gold on like level 8, then I'd probably just roll for Gen 3. But like assuming that you're uncontested, right?
Yeah.
But it is super hard to go for, or if you like Nikos, but it is super hard to go for a 3-star forecast on level 8 unless you are like really rich. You already have like a ton of that unit, or you have like a bunch of Nikos or something like that. But generally, going 9 is like way more consistent.
Yeah, and even if you were in that spot to begin with, you could pretty much just easily go 9.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, going 9 is just generally more consistent, and I do play for 3-star forecast sometimes, but it just depends on the game, right?
Okay, so like in general, like you would pretty much always pre-level here if you don't already have a chosen, and you assuming you didn't get the 2 or 0 gold opener. Like even if you just get the 3 item 2 opener, then you're pretty much like too broke to pre-level here. Like do you even?
Yeah, you're too broke in pre-level here if you get the 3 item 2 gold. But yes, generally.
Okay.
But I'm also generally not too greedy with my chosen. So like early, if I hit like any decent chosen that's like I can play for a couple rounds, even if it doesn't go towards my comp, I'm down to buy it and then like sell it, like, because you can always sell it at any time, and then you can't greed chosen that hard, right?
Okay, so you would say like if in doubt you should buy the chosen, pretty much, because I probably am a bit too greedy.
Probably, because like I think that in general, if you don't have a chosen on your board, you should be looking for a chosen, even if it doesn't fit that well into your comp.
Yeah.
In general, like obviously, like there are points where like you can just win streak without a chosen just because of how strong or upgraded the rest of your board is. But like in general, I'd probably just be looking for a chosen. Like if I think that the chosen can do anything for my team, I will probably buy it. And then just like, because like I can always sell it later if I don't think that it's doing anything for my team, or if I'm at a place where like I'm planning on rolling a lot of gold, or if I think that I can like just like natural better chosen, and then like that'll be like more significant. So basically, I just sell my chosen whenever my board doesn't look like a complete piece of garbage without it.
Okay. That makes
But
a lot
like
of sense.
I also wouldn't buy like a chosen, like, I don't know, Vayne, or like a chosen like Fiora, because they don't do anything anyways. They just like
Yeah.
they just like kind of useless anyhow. So then I just buy like a good frontline or a good DPS chosens that can do something for me.
So how I understood it is that you pretty much agree with like the general advice that's thrown around, by just you buy a chosen and then you sell it before your big rollout. It's
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
In general, yes.
Yeah. Since early game is so important, which like synergies are the ones you prioritize early? Because for me, it's like
I think
cultists and keepers are the ones I prioritize the most, probably.
I don't think cultists are nearly as good as last patch, obviously, because you know,
They got nerfed a little.
the nerf, but obviously they're still like super strong, right? So in general, I would probably prioritize keeper the most, and then I think that you always need a good frontline right now in every single comp of the game. So brawlers are super good to prioritize. Vanguards are really good to prioritize. As for backline DPS, I think ninjas are super good early in general.
Okay, yeah.
And then units that can kill others, like Kindred is like so broken right now, I'm pretty sure. So if you get a Kindred from a box, like it's actually so strong early. You just put like Kindred plus like a brawler frontline, it's super strong. Or like Hunters are super good early.
Mm-hmm.
So basically just like it's kind of just whatever you hit. It's like I will play like a Sharpshooter Vanguard Warlord opener. I will play like a Cultist Keeper opener. I will play a Hunter Brawler opener. It doesn't even really matter what I play as an opener. Just like as long as you have upgraded units and a good solid frontline and a solid backline DPS.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, also like one thing last set that I was really big on, it was really good with the balancing like the amount of frontline and backline items. Like in general, it's also like, would you say you should have like 50-50, or does it depend a little bit?
It depends. In every comp, obviously, because like if you have like more frontline units in your comp, and like a comp like Riven, where like you frontline your Thresh, you frontline your Cassiopeia, you frontline your Riven, you frontline your Aatrox, all that garbage, then like obviously you don't need that many more as many frontline items, right? Because you already have like a super solid tanky frontline anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're gonna want a good mix between like defensive and offensive items though, for like your carries or whatever. So then, like obviously, like I like Trap Claw plus Trap Claw GS +1 on Jhin if I play Jhin.
Mm-hmm.
I like GA blue buff plus AP item on Kayn generally. And then on Riven, I just throw anything that I play on her. It's like a Sunfire Cape is super good. Basically, almost any chain item. GA is pretty good. Blue buff is pretty good. Ionic Spark, most route items pretty good. Anything like that, basically. So yeah, just basically like know how to spread out your items and know like the 4 items that you can control off carousels. Make sure that you're aware of like which ones exactly you're taking, so that like you know which ones you're more likely to get later and less likely to get because like dropped out of your bag or whatever, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, then please like the video. And if you want to see more coaching sessions like this, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to get better at TFT, join the Discord. We got over 1,000 other players there who are hungry to climb. So take care, and see you in the next video.